a lot to do today. I have the siding and some more lumber for my chicken coop. I want to get that started today, but first, before I do any of that, I have to mow the grass. Oh yeah, the grass is getting tall. So we gotta get that all mowed up. I'm probably gonna have to go get a battery for the lawnmower. I've jump started it the last couple of times, but I don't think this time it's gonna get it. So anyhow, we're gonna check a few of our plants and some of the flowers, but we're gonna get started mowing the grass. Now, well, there's my lawnmower and my chicken coop I'm working on. I'm gonna get that straightened up today, so hopefully here in a minute we're going to give this lawnmower a try, see if it starts, but I don't have high hopes for it, but let's see what happens. I think it's time for a new battery. I'm not going to mess with that. Maybe I'll hook that to that little solar panel I got going on inside. So anyway, let's get this thing swapped out. Alright, so we went down to Tractor Supply, got ourselves a new battery. We're going to get it all hooked up, change the oil in the lawnmower, air up the tires, and then get to cutting this grass, get all this cleaned up because it's kind of a mess around here. And then see if I'm getting working on the chicken coop there. So all right, let's get some stuff done. Here's the chicken coop. I guess the first thing I got to do is disassemble that frame that I built right there because, well, it's just all kinds of wrong. So I'm going to take it back apart and I'm going to build another one because that one's just not going to work. So let's get to cracking on that. Got to take the frame apart, dear. I built it wrong. Built it all kinds of wrong. Yeah, they need to be longer. And then that one on the bottom's twisted. When we get done with this, we're definitely going to the dump. All right, so we've got the siding on the first wall now. It's up. So now we'll build the second wall and then continue on. Get the cross bracing in and we'll be good to go. So we're moving on. Alright, there's the beginning of our frame for the second wall. And this time, once we build this, then we'll put the paneling on when on the ground. I think it might be a little easier than trying to put it the way we did that one. So we'll get this all screwed together and get back. Alright, well, there's our second frame, and again we left a space in the middle to put an open and closed window. It's like a shutter window with some hardware claws, just so we can get some breeze in for the chickens. I mean, it's spring now and I'm sweating. I can't imagine. I may end up putting an exhaust fan on top of the roof too. Maybe a solar power exhaust fan just to kick on and pull some breeze through it because it's pretty warm. Anyhow, we're going to put the panel on next. Alright, got the siding on. Our wall's ready to be put up. We got to drill a couple of these brackets first. So get those drilled, we'll set the second wall up. Yay! Alright, well, we got our back on. It's been a little bit of a chore, but I ran all the paneling the same direction. This is a pre-primered OSB board. It's not the strongest stuff in the world, but it looks good. I mean, once we paint it, I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll put some trim boards on the outside, like one buys. Trim board, and paint it all up. But she's finally getting there. That's the back. That's where the door is going to be for the chickens to come in and out of. And then, like I said, I'm going to cut a window here and a window on the other side to let the cross breeze come in. I may put an exhaust fan on the roof. And we'll walk around the other side so you can see what the inside is going to look like. And then we got to get a couple of perches and some framing done on the inside yet still. But that's for another day. It's kind of late in the day now. So anyhow, yeah, and it's getting ready to rain. We'll be right back. All right, there's the inside. So we got a nice floor that can be washed out pretty easily. And then, like I said, we'll cut the door back there. And I may have a hinge door just come up just to be able to clean it a little easier. And then our roosting boxes will be right here. And then I'll probably have another door up on the top up here, just so I can reach in and hose all that out. And then two cross breeze doors. So anyway, that's where we're at with this. We still got a ways to go, but it's finally sort of coming together. Those guys are going to get a new home.
Come on.
Alright, well, there's some of our mint right there. I can't remember if it's spearmint or if it's peppermint. But lately I've been drinking lemon water. It's supposed to be good for your heart and lower your cholesterol. So I'm going to cut a little bit of this mint off and add it to my lemon water. And see how that goes. It's getting quite big. Oh, get some of this off. Take that in and wash it up. Smells like spearmint. And then we'll mix that with our lemon water. I planted these back here 2 years ago, and I actually didn't think they would ever grow back here in the back, but these are the best roses I got going on. I mean, they all just, I got 2 of them back here, and they just seem to bloom and bloom and bloom. And it's just kind of amazing to me that sometimes when you plant something, they do better than what you think. Anyway, there's our roses are starting to come up now, so that's cool. Alright, so we're back in the greenhouse. So there's our dragon fruit, and it's just fruiting out all over the place. Most of these plants I'm going to have to move out of here this week. It's just probably going to get too hot for them in here soon. But there is our mint we started a couple of weeks ago, and it's coming up. And that is our rosemary, and it's doing real well too. And then back over here, whoop, sorry about the camera angle. There is our apple mint, and I think it's a strawberry mint. And then that's a lavender in the corner. And all these are doing great. Most of these will have to come out soon though, because like I said, it's getting too hot in here for them. But yay! And here's our lettuce. I'm about ready to trim some of this back too, because it's getting kind of tall, and we need to get some of this out of here. So we'll just go ahead and put some of this back. There's some flowers in here or something. I'm not sure what these are. They're kind of pretty, but I don't want them to get them mixed up with the lettuce. I'm just going to grab a handful here like this. No, actually I'm going to cut it like this. Cut each leaf just a little bit. Nose is running. I just mowed the grass and must be a bit of allergies or something, hay fever. Keep all this in and wash it off. Definitely got some dust on that. Anyhow, get some laying down here. Get that out there. Alright, it's probably good enough for now. Looks a little better. A little lettuce. Alright. Well, that's my parsley and my dill. It looks like I'm going to have to trim that back again. It's definitely growing like crazy. We'll have to trim that up and we'll dry some more of that out. Maybe by the end of the summer we'll have a whole container full of it. Looks like my dill might be going to seed, so I definitely got to cut some of that off. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. So I do have some wildflowers growing here. You can hear some birds in the background, but more importantly, and I just noticed it when I walked over here, is my jasmine starting to bloom. Now I've got some big jasmine trees right up there, and it makes this whole neighborhood smell amazing when it does. I think I got 10 of them right there. And I can definitely smell it, and this definitely smells good. So here's everything I took out of the garden today. Got some dill, lettuce, some mint, and these are the eggs from our chickens. So we got some good stuff going on. It's beginning of spring. We're already getting some stuff, so that's a good sign. Hopefully the rest of the stuff will start coming up soon, and everything be growing like it's supposed to. Anyway. Alright, well, there's our dill and our mint, our lettuce. Looks like Tiffany took a couple of her onions out of the garden already. So the dill and the mint will dry. I'm actually going to make a drying rack. I don't know when, probably after I get the chicken coop done. And then I'll pat that lettuce down after it dries out a little bit. Because I just washed all these. Put it in the refrigerator for lettuce later. But that's what's going on at Sweet Nana's farm. We're getting eggs and dill, and hopefully pretty soon we'll get strawberries and blackberries and raspberries and all the good stuff. But anyway, until next week, this is Sweet Nana's farm. Hope everybody has a great week.